Peace, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Silver Tongue Gorillas. Shout out to all my troopers, man. I am CueBracey, aka CueBracey, and today I'm gonna be reacting to a video that The Real did, which is a TV show full of women. Lonnie Love, Jeannie Mai. If you don't know about it, you must be under a rock or something like that. But anyways, it's The Real, and they commented on Myron Gaines' video about dating advice. So I'm gonna bust this down real quick, and yeah, so let's check it out.
First up, Fox News recently reported on a life coach named Myron Gaines who went viral for handing out some felt it was some questionable dating advice. Myron made a TikTok video where he advised men on what they should do if a woman wants to reschedule or take a rain check on their date. The video, which was reportedly deleted off TikTok, has wrapped up.
It was deleted off TikTok, gentlemen. This is what we're talking about when we say a lot of people that support Trump, they don't necessarily like Trump, but at the end of the day, many people are getting censored. You know what I mean? Now listen to what he said and then what they deleted.
Has racked up 3 million views. Let's take a look at that.
When a girl tells you, hey, let's rain check or reschedule, you simply respond, hey, that's cool, but I'm not really a fan of flaky girls. If we go out, you're going to...
I'm not really a fan of flaky
pay
girls.
for drinks or dinner or whatever plan you guys had. Because the reality is this. With women, when they give you undesirable behavior, you need to punish it immediately so she knows it's not acceptable. Because if you take her back and take her on a date, after she did some like that, she's gonna think it's okay. Don't reinforce bad behavior with positive treatment, okay?
Now, what you want to know is that TikTok took this video down. This is tyranny, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing about what this man said, or really, gentlemen, nothing about what this man said was hatred towards women. It was giving men some advice on how to deal with what type of women? Flaky women. Okay? So basically what he's saying is you need to if you want to, as a man, if you want to weed out the women that actually have an interest in getting to know you, or interest in being with you, versus women that just want to use you for a foodie call, then there are things that you can do to weed certain women out. So essentially what Myron Gaines is telling men, big shout out to Myron Gaines, essentially what he's telling men is don't waste your time, energy, and effort on women that don't show you interest. Okay, that's the underlying theme of his message. Now, what I want to say before I let these women talk is that, you know, at the end of the day, we give you the black and the white. You know, we give you the absolutes. Okay, it's your job to use your discretion. Is this a woman you've been out on 5 dates with, and she really like you, y'all really feeling each other, and she had to give a rain check? You know what I mean? So you have to have some level of common sense, and you have to be able to get to the root of what someone is saying. And basically what Myron is saying is that weed out flaky women. Okay, that's the essence of what his message is. Because for men out here dating, when you, especially nowadays, when you know, have the opportunity to meet such a high volume of women, you will find that a lot of women are very flaky. You know, Tommy Lauren did that video, and she was telling men not to have, not to have a girlfriend. And she was saying, like, schedule something and make sure you got certain things planned out. And, you know, one of the biggest issues that Tommy Lauren doesn't understand is she may feel as though she's special, but men get tired of, dealing with women on a large scale, trying to find a good woman, and most of these women are flaky. And you're never going to get women to admit the downfalls, or you're never going to get women that talk in mass media to admit the shortcomings of women. They're always going to be pro-woman and shun the man for whatever he does. But what's really sad is that TikTok deleted the video. That's what's really sad. Let's listen to what these women talking about.
The amount of bitter buddy.
gave the advice as if he was giving you like a breakdown on like, this is it, man. Right. I'm gonna get you some wives out there. I know my.
Now, this is a man talking to men. This is not a man talking to women. So a lot of times in the red pill community, when men are talking to women, because women got to be a part of everything, women got to run their mouth, they come in and they get inside of a conversation that has nothing to do with them.
Stuff. This is it. No, he looked hurt. I would love for him to be right here with us because we would give him a piece of our minds. I mean, come.
Now we have to address this. I would love for him to be right here with us so we can give him a piece of our mind. See, this is that aggression that this lady, she's fancy from the Jamie Foxx show. I forget her name. But women are very comfortable nowadays with one-way aggression. Kevin Samuels talked about it on the Clubhouse. You know what I mean? Women are very comfortable with being aggressive towards men, but they count on the fact that most men are blue pill. They count on the fact that they control the platform, or blue pill men control the platform, so that the man will not be able to express aggression back to that woman for being out of pocket with him. So she's like, I wish he was here so we can give him a piece of our mind. But she's only thinking about this in terms of her giving him a piece of her mind. She's not thinking about him giving her a piece of his mind. And this is a major issue that we have in our community as Black people. And it's a major issue that we have in society today. Women expect for men to be docile when they bring issues to the table. And yeah, so this is an issue.
First of all, there's always a good reason for a rain check or a reschedule. So now we're going to be punished because we.
There is a good reason, but if you are flaky, that's something completely different. Okay, so yes, if you're a consistent woman, we've been together for a long time, and you cancel a date, that's something different than if I'm trying to get to know you. We've tried to get together once, you cancel, twice you cancel. Then at this point, you're not proven to really be interested in dating, or you're not available. So when you are available, it's now going to be on you to show me that you are available, because I've already reached out 2 times. So you definitely got to reach out the 3rd time, essentially.
They have a legitimate reason wanting to cancel this date. He got a lot of backlash, as he should, and, you know, as I said, it was deleted. But what do you guys think?
I think you should give adequate time. If there is an emergency, things happen, and there should be an explanation. I do think that you should give adequate time. You should be...
You should have respect, is what Lonnie is saying, which I agree with. But then, watch what she do.
Conscious of that. But it's just the way he said it, that was all wrong.
And see, this is the problem that we have in our culture. Men are silenced because of the way that we say things. Now, women will say that they are better communicators than men, which is not true, okay? But women will say that they are better communicators than men, and they will totally disregard everything that a man is actually saying. So in this particular situation, one of the ways that women disregard what a man is saying is by saying, hey, I don't like how you said it. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, gentlemen, any woman who is stuck on how you say things versus what you say, this is a major red flag, because at the end of the day, whenever she does not want to listen to what you have to say, she can easily blame it on how you say it. All right, this is an easy way for her to deflect and not be accountable for what words actually came out of your mouth. And a lot of guys, they look at the situation and they sit back, gentlemen, and they say, damn, I really wasn't aggressive. I wasn't assertive. I wasn't really like on some shit. I was really just straightforward, but I wasn't aggressive. You know what I mean? Men, we know what aggressive is, and women know what aggressive is. This is a way for them to circumvent anything that you say.
It was too aggressive. That's what got me.
Not only, he's like,
a lot of times when women say that they don't like how you say something too, They're saying really that they don't like what you said.
Like bad behavior.
Train them. Never let it happen again. Like, it just reinforced behavior. It was just...
Now, this is Jeannie Mai. I did videos on Jeannie Mai. Didn't she say she was going to be submissive? Now she's saying that she has a problem with a man talking about training a woman. This is why I told you guys everything that Jeannie Mai was saying, all of that was a bunch of BS. All right, I see right through that. Look, at the end of the day, people have to be trained, gentlemen. You should not feel bad for training people on how to deal with you, because people are only going to treat you how you allow yourself to be treated, all right?
It really felt degrading just to be talked to like that. I can't imagine anybody who's dated...
He's not talking to women. He's talking to men about how to deal with women. This is why you got to get out of the men's locker room and go back over there to the women's locker room.
Did before. I wonder if he actually tried this thinking it worked. Like, you know what I mean? He gave it...
Let me tell you something degrading that they did. They like in the men's locker room again, and they talking about the sizes of men's penises on public television, okay? This is degrading, all right? I don't know who told women that it was okay to get inside a man's locker room and then talk about men that's inside the locker room and their body parts. This is what they do on the real. But then they want to talk about being degrading, and that's why I say, at the end of the day, I don't have a problem with what women talk about in their locker room. I'm not going to go over there and say, stop talking about men's private parts. Nah, if that's what y'all do, if that's what tickles your fancy, have a great time. But when we over in our locker room and we talking about women, don't come over to our locker room and then try to monitor our conversation. You know, I had a conversation with my friend like this because he started talking about the toxic male culture. And I'm like, bro, you must be living under a rock, because women talk about men in the exact same way, if not worse. All right? Let's keep listening.
So assertive, as if it's worked before. Like, I want to know, who is the woman beside this man now? Can you guys imagine if you were his girlfriend? What would you think if a video like this of your man went out there?
Now, Jeannie Mai is wondering if this worked, but Jeannie Mai is divorced and she's trying to get married again. So a lot of times what they try to do with men is they try to bring our credentials into question and then question the women who are following our leadership. This is feminism one-on-one. These women have a track record of being dominant and not being submissive, okay? This is their track record. So, anyways,
let's get... This has been your tactics with me? This really looked like someone who was hurt and was...
This is shaming language. He's hurt. He's talking about a desired outcome. This man feels as if his time is important. He's not hurt, but he's not going to keep setting himself up to get stood up. And ultimately, he wants to know how you feel about him. Do you like him or do you not like him? You trying to get together or not? All that shaming language is BS.
That's kind of spewing off at the mouth. Nothing that he said actually made any sense. I don't understand the correlation between somebody canceling a date on you and suddenly now they need to pay for the meal. Like, what does money have to do?
Money, yeah. What does money have to do with it? It's the same correlation when a cop pull you over and they give you a ticket. Now all of a sudden, Adrian doesn't understand because his form of punishment is that you have to pay. Women are stingy, man. Women are stingy, bro. And when you ask them to give something up, that just from a power struggle standpoint, any woman that's really into you, she ain't gonna mind paying for it if that's what you say she need to do for standing you up. She's gonna be like, damn, I need to reinvest in this man to let him know I'm serious.
With the cancellation, and is that the person's punishment? It just all sounded very ridiculous to me, and at this point, I was looking for Hitch. Like Will Smith pop out from the corner.
She was looking for, who was she looking for? The man whose wife just got caught with a 23-year-old in their house? Come on, that's who you looking for? Some movie nigga.
This is not it. Like, I just like this, and to even... Yes, I loved Hitch. Even human interaction is different. Every single interaction you have is different. Every circumstance and every situation.
Every circumstance and interaction is not different, gentlemen. Every circumstance and interaction is not different. There are general rules to engagement that you need to understand. Women like to do that so they can put you on an island. Because once they can put you on an island, then they can manipulate you and say, hey, just because I do this, and this, it doesn't mean I'm a hoe. All right, nah, this is what hoes do. If you do these type of things, you're a hoe in training, if not a hoe in practice.
Going to be different. Like Garcelle said, if there was an emergency or something came up or they had to work late and they couldn't make it, they should be punished for that?
Punished for that?
Yes, because they keep missing the key word, flaky women. They miss it on purpose though.
Come on.
It seems ridiculous. No. So just be careful
sure
who you taking advice from and who's calling themselves life.
Be careful who you take advice from. Okay, we got a panel with Lonnie Love, Adrian, Garcelle, and Jeannie Mai. And they got the nerve to tell you to be careful who you take advice from. Any women that watch The Real, you should definitely not be listening to these women, okay? And any man that's watching The Real, you need to go take the tampon out and stop acting like a girly man. You are a man. Stop listening to The Real, okay?
Coaches out here. Just because you on the gram spewing what you think is a gem, a rock, does not turn you into a life coach.
Yeah, but you should be conscious of that. So you should be conscious of a date, and you shouldn't hurt. You should be considerate. That's what I would say.
Of course.
Yes, of course.
Of course.
Of course. Anyways, look, gentlemen, I'm glad to see the red pill is getting out there, people getting this information. I don't really care about these women commenting on it. It just shows that the information is out there. I'm proud of Myron Gaines. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing him grind and hustle since earlier this summer when he was showing up on everybody's podcast and his joint went viral. You know what I'm saying? And look, gentlemen, they listening to what we talking about. You understand what I'm saying? Regardless if they want to acknowledge it, regardless if they agree or disagree, they listening to what it is that we say. And the main thing about it is we are into what we call like the fourth, going into the first turning, meaning that we going back to the traditional way because we are seeing that what women talk about, it never benefits us. It always benefits them. And very rarely does it benefit anybody except the woman. So, like I said, it's really what these women say. The only reason why I'm talking about what these women say is so you gentlemen can understand the dynamics in the conversation and see how full of crap these women are. But outside of that, I told y'all, ignore 95% of what women say. Lonnie is the only one who said something, and she only said one right thing, and she only made 2 statements. So out of 4 women on the panel, all of them sounded like baboons, all right? So at the end of the day, man, if you would like to support my work, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below, and I'll be back in here with more videos for y'all. Peace.